What's up, guys? This is gonna be a quick devlog today, since I just recorded the whole thing prior to this and I didn't record any audio. So it's kind of late, so I'm gonna run through it real quick. This is the new first open world map. It's been completely redesigned to have a more country feel to it. I added a divided highway that runs along the entire map, so when car accidents and things come, you have those around the whole stretch of the highway. Whole industrial area has been kind of changed. Metal's been removed. These have been kind of moved over here since they kind of go with the farming atmosphere. There's going to be a town getting placed here, a town here, and a town here, and then a landing strip here with a small airport. There's going to be tons of back roads and exit and on ramps at every town and maybe a few other places. It's still a work in progress, but this map will be released with the Firemen update, part 1. Alright guys, so this is the first official full reveal of the new city map. This is its own open world map. It's going to have 4 to 5 firehouses on it. It's going to be really optimized. And something I want to get off my chest and out there, this is not meant to be New York. It's supposed to be lightly inspired by New York with some New York style buildings in it, but this is not New York. It does not try to be New York. However, it will feel like a bustling city after all the AI and everything, the smaller details are finished on it. So this is going to be a real quick overview of this map as well. So I added some row homes. They are below grade, with an alleyway that goes through all of them. Got gas stations, shops, car dealerships, industrial mix, a full enterable parking garage, some more industrial buildings, back alleyways, another set of row homes, businesses. There's going to be all kinds of stuff in this map. The high rises are going to have fires up on like the top floors and stuff, different floors for different high rises. The city's going to have just about everything. There's a subway system that calls are going to be in. Shops in the subways. This is still in the early stages of getting designed, but this map will also release for the Firemen's update. Alright, so this next new feature I'm going to introduce has been requested a couple times. It's really performance intensive, so it's completely optional. It's off by default, and you have to manually turn it on every time you enter the truck if you want to use it or not. I have added full working mirrors to the game. There's not too many other games that have this. They work pretty well. Something else that I added is a full backup cam, so you can turn off the other mirrors and turn on the backup cam. Fully works. You just have it on as you're driving around if you want. There's going to be quality options for it too, to try to save on performance a little bit. These only affect the person driving the truck. If you're not driving, they'll just appear as static textures for you. So it does not affect the performance of any other players in the game. When you exit the truck, if you have them on, they'll automatically shut off and go back to whatever default material that is set for them. But overall, they're pretty cool. You can actually fully back into the lines of the station as I hit every car down the street. So the next thing I want to show off is the new and improved handling for the vehicles. So first gear takes longer to get out of now to speed up. I added what feels like more weight to the trucks with the turns. Then once you hit second or third gear, the steering starts tightening up a bit. So you have full control now. Feels a lot better than it did. They still stop pretty well. And it's really nice for the city, because down the main drags you can go full speed while still maintaining control down the back alleyways and back streets. This handling will be applied to all the trucks when the update releases. So the tower is no longer going to be a rocket ship. That's one of my new surprise features that's coming in part 1 of the Firemen update. And the quality settings will be found in the options menu. The next surprise thing that I have for the Firemen's update, this is coming in part 3 of the update. But I added a full working tick. It has a few bugs I'm still sorting out, as it only took me 2 hours to actually implement. So now I just have to fine tune it. It's for starters, it's not going to work like a full tick, like a real tick. It's going to be almost like a pulse, like a video game. So he's a little too far from the thing. So the bug that I'm fixing is the orange overlay that you see on the right. However, on the left is what the proper image is going to look like when it's done. This will help you find victims coming in part 3 of the update, as well as different heat sources. If a room's on fire, the door is going to be warmer than the environment. Lots of little other tells you'll be able to use. Alright, so last part of this devblog is just me going over the new fire system and some of the new features it has. I know in the first part I said it spreads from room to room and stuff. So I'm going to show you exactly what it does. So house filled with smoke. Then you pull up and you have a bedroom fire. Each time it can be fully dynamic and change. And they all share a common generic stuff, while they also have more specific stuff as well. I added backdrafts. Flashovers work properly now. How it's meant for my video game. So basically, when a room's ready to spread, it actually flashes to the next room. The room fills with smoke, and you have an option to either try to knock the other room or just back out. Otherwise, you may be caught in the flashover. I know it's not 100% realistic, but it adds more suspense and challenges to the game. Instead of flashing, it could potentially suck the oxygen out of the room, hypothetically. And you'll notice that the door could be charred black and the windows start becoming charred black. And that's when you know a backdraft could form. To prevent a backdraft, you need to go vent the roof. There's also going to be, I want to call it, I guess, backdraft decoys, to where it may fake you out and think it's going to do a backdraft, but then it flashes or something else instead. So the door could be charred, but it could be missing other crucial signs. I'll be adding more signs of backdraft later. Maybe see a little bit of smoke coming, like getting sucked in through the door. With backdrafts, you have to figure out how to handle the situation, because regardless whether you touch that door or not, eventually the whole room will erupt and blow out windows and doors. So we're going to run through this real quick. So it says smoke investigation. Simulates like someone driving by, maybe seeing a little bit of smoke coming out. Fire spread's instant right now while I'm testing. It'll be adjusted in the future. So as you notice now, not all the time windows blow out. So now when you approach the door, of course it turns nighttime, but this is just a placeholder effect and kind of smoke effect. It'll be changing. But I'm adding a lot more variety to the calls. There's going to be a lot more hazards now. For instance, there's going to be a reason to cut the electric, because there could be exposed wires in the residence that, if hit with water, will hurt you. Electrified puddles, or maybe wires that fell down into the water. Lots of different things that you're going to have to look out for. And I plan on expanding it a lot. So just even with the kitchen, it could spawn up to 7 different variations of a single call, and then multiply that by all the rooms, and then multiply that by how many little things could be here and there, hazards spread out. I'll have a full announcement for part 2 and 3 of the Firemen update soon. I plan on getting this update out, part 1, within the next 2 to 3 weeks. It should be finishing up. And then I'll have a full announcement with the truck company update is going to bring, as well as part 2, which is the world map, which is coming, and new UI features and stuff. Once this stuff is done, development can finally roll along and I can start finishing up the game, as this adds the base layer of systems that I needed and I've been needing for a long time. And I designed the system to be my final fire system. It's extremely expandable, and when I add car accidents and stuff, I will be using a base of it as well. So for a single car accident, you could have either 4 people trapped in different doors. You might have to do a dash roll. You might have to cut the roof. It could be rolled. It could be unstable. Maybe you have to use struts. So I do plan on having a pretty significant rescue update sometime this year as well, bringing all that stuff. There's a few other tools in the toolbox that I want to bring out that I don't think's ever been done in video games before, relating to rescue. But it's going to be a great year for this game. I have a great staff team, a lot of new ones. They all have prior experience in similar games, communities running them. So anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for your support. Have a good night.